Co-main event, Nicolas Dalby coming in at plus 395 against Gabriel Bonfim, sitting at minus 545. Over under 1.5 rounds, plus 115 for the over, minus 145 for the under. The undefeated, Gabriel Bonfim, one half of the Bonfim brothers, the only one that's undefeated. He's 26 years of age. Dalby, 38 years of age. He's 4-1 in his last 5. He's on quite a bit of a win streak. He's coming in as a big underdog here. In his last fight against Muslim Salikov, picked up a big win there. He was an underdog in that one. And basically, the way you're looking at his fights are like he's going to wear you down. He is very active on the feet. He's durable on the feet. Never been knocked out, never been submitted. His only losses come by decision. And he's just going to be in there and try to make it a dogfight. Gabriel Bonfim, super explosive, super good finishing abilities, never been to a decision. So, there's two ways this fight could go. Gabriel Bonfim gets him out there early, or Nicolas Dalby could stay around, hang around, and make it a bit of a dogfight. With a line like this, it's a little tricky because you're getting one guy as a really chalky favorite with a lot of finishing ability and one guy as an underdog, which if it goes later in the fight, he's going to be more alive. So what are you thinking in this one?
Yeah, I'll be honest, man. This one scares me a little bit. I don't know. I think this Bonfim is obviously the better fighter between him and Ismail, but just looking at Dalby, like you said, man, he's never been finished. He's never been submitted. He's never been knocked out. And if you watch this guy fight, he is there from bell to bell. Like the dude has insane cardio, especially for being 38 years old now. He doesn't have a ton of power or anything. He has decent volume, but he's consistent. Like he doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't, I guess, go away easy is the way I'm trying to say. He's got decent takedown defense, but it seems like every single fight he's in, he finds himself in it at least. He's not really getting shut out by anybody. He's racked up a fair amount of wins in the UFC. But for Bonfim, I think not that he's looking past Dalby, but he's obviously the better mixed martial artist. He's in Brazil here. He probably thinks he's got a win in front of him. I worry that he comes in and tries to put Dalby out in the first round and just, out. Maybe he's squeezing to death trying to get a sub, blows out his arms. He's got the body triangle in, blows out his legs, and then Dalby comes back in the second and third, still with that same pace and same volume as the first round, and puts Gabriel Bonfim into deeper waters and a little bit of trouble. I don't think necessarily Dalby has what it takes to go out there and finish this guy or even get a convincing win. But I worry about some, just this weird decision. Dalby comes on, gets, just has a really good second half of the fight and makes it super close. So for me, Gabriel Bonfim will not be in any parlays this week for me. The price is insane. It's super wide and for good reason. He's the better fighter. He's the younger fighter. He's up and coming. But Dalby just has that factor about him where he makes every single fight close. So, but for Bonfim too, I think if he can get the wrestling going against Dalby, which, some guys have been able to take him down, controlling him is another story. But if he establishes that early, I think he's going to have a lot of success. Like the more you can wear on Dalby, or at least try to get him a little more tired in the first half of the fight, the better your chances are. But for me, I just don't see in this fight Bonfim going out and finding an easy submission like he's done in every single one of his UFC fights. I think this is probably his toughest fight to date. So overall, I'll be watching. I won't have a bet on this fight, I promise. But I'll be watching to see if we get some kind of parlay buster here. Gabriel Bonfim's the pick, but man, I've underestimated Dalby so many times, and it's come back to bite me in the ass. And I will not be betting against him, especially with this line.
Yeah, Dalby's not like a flashy fighter whatsoever. He's just going to stay in there. I mean, he's a pretty thick 170 or two. Like you see him against Salikov. He's a thick boy. And he's got good cardio. So it's going to be a tough fight if it goes longer for Bonfim. Part of me thinks, looking at this fight, Dalby's 38 years old. He's on a win streak here. It seems to me like the UFC's like, hold your horses here, Nicolas Dalby. Let's not go on too big of a win streak because you're 38 and you're kind of resurging your career, but how far can you go? We want to get you against somebody that we think can beat you. I think Gabriel Bonfim can beat him. I don't know if he's going to be able to finish him like as quickly as he's been finishing these guys, but he's got the capabilities. Like, his hands are pretty dang good. The only thing that scares me when I watch tape on him is his striking defense. But the thing is, like, Nicolas Dalby isn't like the biggest power puncher, so I don't think he's gonna be able to catch him too hard. He might catch him a couple times and maybe make Bonfim rethink his strategy here, but the submission game is off the charts for Bonfim. Like, the way he can throw something in a split second before you know, like, you're gonna be tapping. So I think Bonfim wins. Will be the pick for me. I don't really like the line too much. It's grown a good amount since it opened. I think it opened around like minus 300, minus 350. I would expect it to probably keep growing. Maybe a good live betting spot if you're on Dalby to wait after the first round and go from it there because you might get a better price. But yeah, Bonfim will be the pick for me.